Hey everyone, today I'm going to be doing a Bumble Bee Halloween tutorial that was requested yesterday, and just so you know, right now I do have a lot of free time since everything is kind of still falling into place with my husband getting a job and stuff. So if you would like to request any videos, please request them and I will try to do them as soon as possible. Obviously, also I did not bring concealer when I moved here, so you can see the puffiness under my eyes, but for me that's okay because I kind of like you guys to realize, not really realize, but kind of take note of the fact that beauty gurus on YouTube are not perfect. We do not have perfect skin. It's just that we know how to do makeup well, or think we do, or whatever. It's just tips and tricks of being a beauty guru. Also, if you notice this little mark, I burnt myself with my curling iron, and I was gonna not do videos, but then I was like, well, I haven't done videos for 2 weeks because I moved, so I'm not gonna stop doing them again because I burnt myself. So really quickly, I'm going to show you the really inexpensive products that I got last night to use for this tutorial. When you're doing Halloween makeup, you want to go with inexpensive items because a lot of the times you're not going to use those colors very often. Like yellow isn't really a color I use very often on my eyes. So first I got this Profushion 24 color eyeshadow. It looks like this when you open it up. And I'll swatch some of them for you. I'll swatch the blue one, the purple one, this pink color, and this weird green color. So they are insanely pigmented, and it was only $3 for this palette, which I think is amazing for something that pigmented. I'm sorry, I have to wipe my hand off now. I don't want that all over my face while I'm doing my tutorial. So the second thing that I got last night, and the only other thing that I got really, was this little LA Colors palette. And this is in Lush. And these colors are really pretty colors, and they're really pigmented also. I'll show you all of those. Purple, blue, green, yellow, white. My eyes just looked funny there for a second. To wipe my hand off again. My grandma's gonna kill me for using our towel to wipe that off. Anyways, if you haven't noticed too, I am in a different location. We moved back home and I am in my grandma's house, which is kind of rough when you've grown up and you go and you live back home because it's like other people's rules and it's kind of weird, but you know, we're dealing with it, and she's been really great. Also, my hair is wet because I just got out of the shower and I wanted to knock this tutorial out before I did my actual makeup for the day. So I'm going to zoom in now on the eye that's already done. And it looks like this. Now, if you notice, this is Halloween makeup, so the line that I have going out around here is my, like, bee wing. And then in here, the fact that I have the eyeliner going all the way around in my tear duct is my mock bee stinger. So, if you're wondering what that is, that's what it is. Now I'm going to focus in on the eye that I'm going to be doing for the tutorial. And I'm also going to say I did not bring my primer when I moved, and I clearly forgot a bunch of things. I forgot my concealer and my primer. So instead of primer, I'm going to be using this CoverGirl Nature Luxe foundation in Alabaster, which actually seems to work well as primer. So if you forget your primer and you happen to have this lying around, it's a great alternative. And I'm just going to put that all over my lid, just to hold the eyeshadow in place. And it is what I've been using since I got here as primer. It's a lot lighter than my natural skin, so I have to mix it with something to use it as foundation, but as primer it's good. Now I'm going to take what I'm using as a base color, and I'm going to take my Too Faced Natural palette, and I'm going to take this color right here, which is Honey Pot. And this is the only eyeshadow palette that I brought with me when I moved. So everything else that you see in this video has been bought specifically for this video. And I'm just going to rub this all over the lid, just like that. Now I'm going to take this Profushion Palette, and I'm going to take these two colors, this yellow that's down at the bottom, this goldish yellow, and this other darker goldish yellow. And I'm going to mix them together on this brush. And I'm going to tap off the excess. And if you don't know how to do that, I just take my hand like this and I tap it over the side. And then I'm going to rub that again all over my lid. And what the color on the bottom does is just give it a little more of a gold tone to it, because when I put this color on, it tended to be a little bit too yellowy for me. I'm sorry if you hear that, that's my phone. It just fell. I think something falls in every one of my videos. Anyways, I'm just going to take that like that. And you don't want it to go up too high, but I am going to push it up a little bit more than my natural eye. And just out a little bit more. And it should look like that. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and if you're wondering why these brushes are colored, it's because I just did the other eye and I didn't want to wash them off for no reason. So I'm going to take this little brush right here. Is it going to focus? There we go. And I'm going to take it in this black color and I'm just going to dip the tip in. Ooh, I almost got some blue in there. Okay. Now I'm going to take that and I'm going to create the line that I created over here. And the only thing I have to do that is to go out a little bit and up. It's kind of hard to do on camera. You just want to make the line around the natural eyeshadow, and if it's not perfect, don't worry, we'll fix it. Just go up and around. And it isn't going to be perfect, especially for me, because I'm not doing this in a mirror, I'm doing it on camera. But for you guys, it'll probably be a little better because you'll be doing it in a mirror and you'll be able, you'll be able to see it. Okay. So that's, you know, make sure you get it all around. Like I have to push it up a little bit more. Like that. So then if you made any mistakes or you made the line too thick, kind of like I did, you might want to take, again, the brush with the gold color and just fill in a little bit the black because it'll go right over it and kind of make it disappear. Just like that. My phone keeps vibrating. It's going to drive me nuts. And then just redefine the line. Now I know that this eye isn't perfect like the other one, but like I said, I'm doing this in the camera and not in the mirror, so it is a little bit more difficult to do. But you're getting the gist of it, which is the point, is for you guys to just know how to do it. I'm not really going to wear it out, so I guess it doesn't matter if mine looks a little crazy. But like I said, I don't have my vanity or anything here because I am in my grandma's home and I didn't bring it. I had to ship it. So as soon as we move and find our own apartment and stuff, it'll be a little easier for me to do tutorials. The next thing I'm going to do is take this color from the LA Colors Lush palette and I'm just going to dip this big brush in there. And I'm going to use that as my eyebrow highlight. So just lightly dust it on. Just like that. And just make sure you get it all over where you want it. Okay. Now I'm going to take my CoverGirl Perfect Point Plus eyeliner in Black Onyx. And if you notice, I do have some fallout. I'll fix that later. And I'm just going to line my upper lid. My stomach keeps growling. I'm sorry. I don't know why. You just want to give it a thin line. And now I'm going to line the lower lash line. That looks really gross on camera. And I'm going to take it into my tear ducts and wrap it around. Okay. Now once you've done that, I want you to take the little eyeshadow brush that you used to do your gold color and wipe it off, or if you have another one, and then dip it in that light yellow color that we did with our eyebrow highlight. Try to wipe off the excess and just rub it underneath. the eye. And this is before you do your mascara. Now I'm going to just wipe off as much excess as I can get off. I usually use the makeup remover towels to wipe off the excess makeup underneath my eye, but I can't really do that right now because I don't have them in here. Next, I'm going to be taking CoverGirl's Lash Blast Volume, and I'm going to use this mascara. And I'm looking in a mirror, a little compact if you're wondering where I'm looking at. And don't forget your bottom lashes. Just like that. I think it's impossible to keep your mouth closed while you put mascara on. I literally think it's impossible. The next thing I'm going to do is, not really for the Bumblebee look, just for the sake of doing your makeup, I'm going to take my Brow and Eye Makers by CoverGirl, and I'm going to fill in my other eyebrow because I already did that one. I think I also need to buy one of those little eyebrow gel thingies while I'm here. I usually use hairspray, but it's driving me crazy lately because my eyebrows just don't want to stay where they're supposed to be. And then you don't want that to be too heavy, so just take it out with your finger. Alright, now I'm going to pull the camera out and we are going to do the rest of the face. Now, since I didn't do the underneath of this eye, I'm going to do it now for you so that you know what foundation I use, just in case you're interested. So first I'm going to take the Aqua CG Smoothers by CoverGirl, and this one is in light to medium. And I'm going to put a little dot of that on my hand. And then I'm going to take the CoverGirl Nature Luxe Foundation in Alabaster, which is what I used as my primer, my eye primer, and I'm going to put that on my hand too, and then I'm going to use my pinky to just mix them together. And then I'm going to take a really dirty blending sponge by Sony Kashuk. I need to wash it, but I just didn't bring my sponge cleaner. Do you guys know if you can use water, or will that hurt it? I don't know. I didn't want to hurt it. Then I'm going to just pat down there and make sure not to remove, if you do this afterwards, which you might want to, don't remove any of the yellow that you stuck down there, because as much as it doesn't show on camera, it actually does show in person. I really miss my concealer. There we go. Okay. Usually I also would use powder, but for the sake of the length of this video, I'm not going to. As far as blush, I'm just taking this Hard Candy Blush in Honeymoon. Kind of a play on the bee theme because it's called Honeymoon and bees love honey. And it gives you a little glow to your skin, which I like. And I'm just going to pat that onto my cheek. Usually I would do it in circles, but since I don't have my powder on and I'm not keeping it on, I'm just going to pat it. If you're going to do it, you need to just do it in little circles all the way up to your temple. Just like that. And now, last but not least, I'm going to do lips. And for lips, I would use the Rimmel Coral Shimmer, which looks like this, because you don't want to do anything too much, and this is actually pretty sheer. And just rub it on your lips. Just like that. And then over top of that, I'm going to be using Revlon's Crystal Lilac. And there you go. That is my Bumble Bee Halloween tutorial. Thank you for watching.